Hey, how's it going, guys? Mr. Boss for the win here, and in today's Grand Theft Auto 5 video, this is going to be my review of the new Albany Hermes that was just added into Grand Theft Auto Online today on Christmas 2017, which is really awesome. So hopefully you guys are having a great Christmas with your friends or your family. If you did happen to hop on to GTA Online today, you'd notice that the new Albany Hermes muscle car is available. So I'm going to be discussing why I think you should buy this vehicle, some of its cool quirks, features, and a whole lot more. All right, so let's jump into our barrier to entry here. And for every vehicle we discuss in Grand Theft Auto Online, that is going to be price. So this vehicle is available on the Southern San Andreas Super Auto site. It's a two-seater muscle car, the Albany Hermes, for $535,000. Now, if you're logging on today, which is Christmas Day, you're going to be able to get this vehicle for free, or at least you'll be able to purchase it one time for free. So take advantage of that. Save yourself $535,000. Now, not to spoil the review in any way, but $535,000 for this vehicle, in my opinion, is personally nothing. I think that's very cheap. I mean, when you look at the vehicle right next to it, the benefactor Strider is $500,000. This is only $35,000 more, and I feel like you're getting a much better vehicle. So as far as buying price goes, not expensive at all, even if you have to pay for it. But if you can log on right now on Christmas Day, you can get this vehicle for free, and you can save yourself the $535,000 and still get an incredible vehicle. So why would you not take advantage of that if you get the chance? So the price, not bad, or free, which is amazing. That's as good as it gets, basically. Now, I really like the description Rockstar gave it on the website. They said, the Hermes is more legend than automobile. When all those 1960s classic muscle cars were still in diapers, the Hermes was already crawling down Eclipse Boulevard, leaving a trail of unfiltered cigarettes and misogyny in its wake. With that kind of canvas, you can paint a seriously offensive painting, and trust us, that eye-watering paint job is just the start. So they really hype up this vehicle, and the Hermes is incredible. I could not wait to go customize this vehicle, and that's exactly what we're going to jump into next, the customization of this car. So right off the bat, when you bring it into either your office garage or your Los Santos custom shop, it's going to have 18 different categories of upgrades you can do. So obviously we're going to start with armor and brakes, modifying both of those. And then we get to the front bumper options, where there is a ton. You've got overriders removed, front bumper delete, classic bumper and overriders, classic bumper, street bumper, simple bumper, custom bullet bumper. It's obviously a big part of this car. You've got that big wide mouth down at the bottom. So choosing the bumper is obviously going to be a big part of this vehicle. You'll see what I was trying to do with this car as we progress. So I went with the classic bumper. Rear bumper, you have fewer options. You have stock, rear bumper delete, and then smooth rear bumper. I like the stock one, so I ended up keeping that. After that, you have one exhaust upgrade, which is wide chrome tips, which is what I ended up doing as well. You also have one fender upgrade, which is delete the chrome, although I like the chrome, so I ended up keeping it on there. However, by far, one of the best parts of the Albany Hermes is the liveries. There are some unbelievable ones. They go from very simple to pretty complex. You have basic pinstripe, which again is a simple design on the front and back. You have ghost flames, which are like these very opaque white flames. You can hardly see them, but that does offer kind of a cool look. Classic flames, which is my favorite. You'll see that we end up using this and we create a vehicle from Vice City, which I really like. Blue flames, which is, as it sounds, blue flames. Layered flames, which is kind of black and lime minty green flames. It's kind of cool. Rat look, which I'm not a huge fan of the rat look one. Maybe you guys are going to go for that sort of rusty look, but I didn't like it. It almost looked like too fake. Reporting for duty, which is similar to rat look, but it's got kind of like a military patina vibe. Salt flat drag. I actually like this one a lot. Depends on the color you're going for. And then amazing Albany. And this is based off of the Hudson Hornet. So this was a really famous race car. The Pixar Cars movie made it a little bit more famous in the modern era, but that's a really cool livery right there. The only thing about the amazing Albany one is I wish it wasn't rusty. It would have looked really cool in a non-rusty version. And then the last one is Kinky Kelly, which kind of gives you that like military shark tooth checker pattern on the front. This is definitely an interesting one, that's for sure. So those liveries are amazing. I ended up finishing off with the classic Hermes one, And then what I did for my primary and secondary color is I did a primary color of black and a secondary color of chrome. The secondary color is like the bumper, and so I felt like that looked best in chrome, so that's what I ended up going for. You can modify the suspension. I upgraded the transmission as well. And for the wheels, I ended up going with muscle wheels. I ended up doing the classic rod, and I did them in chrome as well. Now, something else to know about the Albany Hermes as far as the wheels go, you actually cannot change the color of the stock wheels. The stock wheels are chrome, so if you try to upgrade them in the iFruit app, it's not going to do anything. They're just going to revert back to the same chrome color. Unfortunately, there isn't a whole lot of wheels that look all that similar to it. The Muscle Wheels Mercenary is pretty close, so if you wanted to do black or alloy or something like that, that's probably the best one in which you could fit on there. They look similar enough to the stock, but will give you that freedom and flexibility to change the color. All right, so that right there was my final product, and if it wasn't obvious enough, what I was going for was sort of the Cuban Hermes look from GTA Vice City. So in Vice City, there was two versions of the Hermes, a regular one that you could find on the street, and then one that was owned by more of the gang members, and they had this awesome looking red and orange paint job flame design on the front, exactly how it looks right here. And I always thought it was the coolest vehicle. In Vice City, it sounded the best. It emitted like, puffs of smoke and fire from the exhaust, which was really cool. So that's why we put Cuban on the back license plate. So the customization of this car is absolutely incredible. It is a slam dunk, some of the best I've seen, and obviously the overall look and design of this car is pretty amazing too. Now let's talk about performance. And before we go any further, I just want to clarify, you're not buying this vehicle for performance. That would be a mistake, and I'm not going to take away this car's performance in my final rating and review of this, but let's just say you're not going to be buying the Albany Hermes for performance and to really be using all that efficiently. So it is a muscle car after all, which means it's not going to be the swiftest. Right now in the snow, it is definitely way more sluggish, and it also loses traction and grip a whole lot easier than what you'd see on the normal streets of Los Santos, but the performance of this car, not amazing. When you get it in a straightaway, it actually does get going pretty quick, but the braking on this thing, not good at all. It takes like a mile to fully stop this vehicle, so keep that in mind that if you're going all out, you're going to need like an airport tarmac in order to stop. Turning is also not that easy. It doesn't have the best turning radius. It's a pretty long car to begin with, so you're going to notice turns are a little bit difficult in that regard, but also it turns very, very slowly. That's something that I noticed with this vehicle. Another interesting quirk about this car seems to be its suspension. Again, I'm not sure if this is called air brake suspension or something different, but when the car is resting or not moving, it's incredibly low to the ground, with the front bumper and rear bumper almost touching the ground, the road, which is pretty crazy. However, when it drives, it almost elevates itself off the ground about half a foot or something like that, which is kind of cool. It allows you to go over curbs incredibly easily. That's one thing I noticed about this vehicle is even though when it's sitting still, it's really low, when you're driving, you're never going to get caught on curbs or anything like that because it raises up. So definitely a unique feature of this vehicle. But getting back to the performance a little bit, it's something you're not going to pay attention to of this car because it's absolutely so beautiful. It is an amazing vehicle. Another great thing I love about it is the interior. Even though it doesn't have like a custom Benny's interior, one of the best I think we've seen in the game. And just the sound of this vehicle, man, it is absolutely incredible. I think the only thing I would have preferred Rockstar to do on this vehicle is add a really cool feature to the exhaust. So you guys know with the Sanctus, that Halloween bike, when it's changing gears, you get like this puff of smoke that comes out of the exhaust and a flame every time too. It'd be really cool if Rockstar had like a meaty exhaust flame or puff of smoke that came out with this vehicle. That would have been really amazing. But overall, I am beyond impressed with this vehicle. It is slowly becoming one of my favorite cars. Now, this vehicle was available in 3 games prior to this: Vice City, San Andreas, and Vice City Stories. But that's it. It wasn't in Grand Theft Auto 4, and up until now, it hadn't been in Grand Theft Auto 5. So I'm so excited to finally see the return of the Albany Hermes. I think this is my favorite muscle car, and it's definitely creeping into like my top 5 favorite cars of all time. All right, so let's do the final review. Price, that is an A+. If you're logging on today like I am, and many of you guys probably are, you're getting this vehicle for free. It literally can't get any better than that unless if you bought a vehicle, Rockstar gave you money. So that is an A plus, even if you don't get it on Christmas Day. $535,000, especially in 2017 and 2018, that is nothing price-wise, where we're seeing $3 and $4 million vehicles. So A plus on price. Another thing we get is A plus customization, not only in terms of the things you can do, but also the references. The amazing Albany one, obviously a direct reference to the Hudson Hornet. The classic Flames one, this comes straight from the Cuban Hermes in Vice City. You can do so much, including bumper options. There's so many things you can do in terms of modifying the wheels to make it have a unique look. So customization on this car is an absolute slam dunk. I totally love it. The only thing that you're not going to love about this vehicle is performance, but honestly, I think that adds to the overall character of this vehicle. The fact that it's a little bit slow and sluggish really reminds you that it's a 1940s, early 1950s muscle car. The fact that it's super fast in the straightaways but takes a tarmac in order to stop, it adds character to this car. You're not going to be using this in races. It's not going to be better than the Pisvazor Dominator or the Yosemite. But this is going to be one of those cars that you cruise around in, and you are going to feel awesome when you do. And honestly, that's all that matters. This vehicle is as far away from the buyer beware sticker as possible. By far my favorite muscle car in the game, and probably my favorite vehicle in GTA 5 as well. But anyways, that's all I've got for you guys in this video today. That was my review of the Albany Hermes, the brand new free vehicle that has arrived on Christmas Day here in 2017 in Grand Theft Auto Online. Let me know what you think about the Albany Hermes in the comments section down below. Are you a fan? Are you not a fan? Let me know what you're thinking down there. If you did go to enjoy this video though, a like rating would of course be awesome. And also subscribe to my YouTube channel if you are new, where you like daily GTA 5 videos like this. With all the way, guys, like I said, thanks so much for watching. Take care, and I'll see you guys in the next video.